Hello guys, welcome back once again. I'm really annoyed right now. I'm really upset because I had been talking for the past 30 minutes about this reading, and I realized and then that it was recorded, but somehow the sound didn't come out, so I don't know. I have to start all over, so let's go straight to the point because I'm so upset, but well, things happen and technology can fail. So let's go with Changbin. Changbin, it's a Leo with a moon in Leo, so he is a double Leo. It means that his energy when it comes to his emotional and inner world and how he expresses himself through actions and through behavior is almost the same. It's like a double energy of Leo, so it's like his whole essence is reinforced somehow with the Leo energy. So he's really comfortable in his skin. He's really honest and open about how he expresses himself, how he communicates. He is really in touch with what he likes or what he doesn't like. He has like a strong opinions and also like a strong perception of who he is. So he's really like extrovert in that sense. It's in the sense that he exudes this like self confidence almost. So let's go with the cards that came out, the archetypes. That is the buffoon or the trickster, or actually like the Joker card, alchemist, and god archetype. So the buffoon, it reminds me a lot of the moon in Leo, actually the Leo energy. The Leo energy is all about putting yourself in situations where you have to be in the public eye. It's like you have to be in the center, you have to be in the spotlight, and you have to be able to display all your potential and all your attributes and all your talent in order for an audience or a public to receive it. So for you to be really well connected and for this Leo energy to be really well expressed, you need to be able uh, to become really confident in that energy of you becoming an entertainer yourself. Either, I don't know, being like a spokesperson, or being, I don't know, someone, a performer. But actually, when I think about the buffoon energy, it's something about actually it's more about entertaining others by performing some kind of comedy, or maybe some kind of amusing or entertainer kind of environment where you can make people feel, where you can make people laugh, cry, where you can like entertain them and at the same time like inspire them to get out of their own heads, of their own issues, of their own troubles, or whatever they are going through, and that for a moment they can focus on yourself and feel entertained and feel like they can feel the joy with you, feel the crying. It's like the buffoon is really fun. It's really good at making people forget their own troubles by been focusing on their performance. So you definitely have to have a lot of charisma, you have to be really talented, you have to be really flexible. So I believe that he is a good performer and that he does have this kind of also funny side to him where he can, I don't know, like play a character, or maybe he can tell a joke, or maybe he can transform himself into telling a funny anecdote and making people laugh, or making people feel really touched by his performance. So his whole essence actually feels really light up when he is performing, when he is entertaining others, when he is like making like a show, so you can somehow get connected with him and forget about all the troubles in your life and everything you're going through, and actually take a moment to enjoy yourself. The other card is the alchemist, so he definitely has, besides maybe through laughter, maybe through entertaining you, he also has the ability to transform his reality and everyone else's reality, in the sense that he can be going through a hard time, he can be facing issues or odds, but he's someone that is really comfortable with himself, and he is really confident, and he has this inner strength that he feels like somehow he will be able to transform his reality, that he is very confident in that he has the ability to get out of maybe complex situations, or maybe situations where things are not working out. So in an aspect, he is really like he has some kind of magic where he can turn things around in his favor, so he can like somehow get out of uncomfortable situations or uncomfortable um, like things, so he can face and become stronger and actually become a better version of himself. So I believe that he also wants to inspire others to do the same, because it's like his philosophy of life. If he transforms his own reality, it's like he believes that everyone can, which is really nice for a Leo person to be able to be this generous and to actually put himself in this place of also mentoring people, coaching people to face their fears and actually to overcome it and become a better version of themselves. The other card, the archetype, is the archetype of the god. So yes, the god is very benevolent, it's very like, it's very protecting, but at the same time, when we think about the Leo energy, sometimes Leo tend to have this god complex, in the sense that they have so much they have so much inner confidence that they can be a little bit blinded when it comes to their attributes, or when it comes to their what they can do, what they can achieve. So maybe, and they also love to be praised, so maybe if they're famous, or maybe if they are in this place where they are speakers or they are performers, and they have all these fans, all these people that say they love them, that they admire them, they somehow can become like too confident, and they sometimes cannot see that maybe people that praise them, sometimes these people are not actually admirers, that some people are haters, and that they do flatter him, or they do say nice things to him to somehow take advantage of him. So he because he gets so generous, and he gets so happy when he sees I don't know, nice comments about his person or about his work. So he feels so good about it, so he opens up really easily to others, and he's really generous. He's like really able to share his things or what he knows for free. So he has the potential of sometimes like having these people that pretend to be their friends, or maybe pretend to be his fans, but actually they want to take advantage of him, and they want to somehow um, like scam him. So he needs to keep his eyes open and not get himself too confident that everyone is nice, that everyone wants the best for him, because between all these peoples there are always these people that are haters, or are envious, or are like have really low self-esteem, and they just want a piece of him, and they just want to do him dirty somehow. So he needs to keep himself grounded, not get his ego too high, or too too much, not to get too much in his ego, and not to believe too blindly that everyone is nice, or everyone is like he is, because people are complex, and some people are really mean. So it would be nice for him to have some kind of advisor, or maybe someone that he trusts, so he can this person can observe and manage his issues, his matters, especially when it comes to matters of financial things, because he tends to be really generous, that sometimes he tends to give material things away. um, so he needs someone that can be like a little bit like cold-headed, in a sense, or maybe rational, then that he would be like, I don't think so, let me check this, let me see, let me do my research, because he is so he lives for the public and he lives for the recognition. So sometimes he cannot it's the same for every entertainer and for every performer. They are always in the spotlight, they are always on stage, so they do not have the time to be on the other side of the stage or on the other side of the spotlight or behind the scenes, to be like, oh, I have seen this movement of this person, I don't like this person, maybe this person is shady, because he's so blinded by the lights and he's so caught up in his own creation, in his own art, that he sometimes they cannot see the small details or maybe the real intentions of people. So he needs someone that can keep him grounded somehow. And the cards that came out for him is the Three of Swords, the Tower, the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the World, the Seven of Cups, the Sun, the Five of Wands, and the Queen of Swords, and last, the King of Cups. So actually he right now is a bit heartbroken, because there's something about his family or his family stability, his family structure, that is being changed all of a sudden, and it's like it's falling apart and it's facing a huge change and transformation. And I believe that this has to do with a very influential lady. It can be his mother or an older sister, or it can be a grandma, I don't know, someone from the family that is like stepping down and it's like, I don't want this, I want to, I don't know if it's a divorce or something like that, but she's like, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't want to be in this situation anymore, I want to break myself free, I want to go after my own happiness, I want to do things for myself, I want to be happy again. So she is wanting to break away from the way things had been done in this environment. I have the feeling that it's family related, and he's heartbroken about it, because he's heartbroken a bit because he didn't know that the family structure was, that there was something that was not right. But he also wants this woman to be, because she's really influential and she's really important to him, that's why I can see her here. He wants her to be okay, he wants her, but he's really heartbroken, because it's like he didn't know that she was this miserable, that he didn't know that she was going through all these hardships. But it's because she kept it really really well. She really like kept it a secret really well, because she didn't want everyone else to know, she didn't want to upset him. So it's like she went through all these hardships emotionally on her own. Probably she had like health issues or maybe some symptoms that actually were like a representation of the whole emotional struggle that she had been going through. Like, for example, I don't know, like stress, anxiety, or having trouble sleeping. But it was a manifestation of her body, because she couldn't talk about about what was going on. I believe that she didn't feel like she had the strength or the power or the influence enough to speak up and being like, this is not right, I'm not. But it has to do with her own happiness. It's not necessarily that something had been done to her, it's just that she realized that she hasn't been happy for the last few years, and that she somehow wants to reconnect with that happiness. She wants to fulfill her own dreams and desires, and she wants to connect with joy again. So that's why she's making this decision that for him it's really shocking, actually, but somehow he's also opening his eyes to this new realization that maybe in his family dynamics things weren't the way they were portrayed, or that maybe some people try to deny that something was going on, even this person involved. So he feels a little bit like shocked in the sense that things had been a bit kept away from him, like they were silenced, and he feels really awkward about that. He doesn't think it's fair, but at the same time he wants to see this female, this woman, he wants to see her uh, like recovering, and he wants to see her happy. So he's like understanding why she is making this decision right now. And also the cards that came out is the World, the Seven of Cups, and the Sun. So when it comes to these sudden changes and everything that is going on with his family matters, actually he feels a bit, he regrets a bit not being able to be there for this person, but actually it's because he's really busy. He's doing a lot of things at the same time, so it's not his fault. And actually all these experiences that he's going through somehow is teaching him to realize that some cycles needs to, that life is about change. I think that he's really wise when it comes to this, that he embraces changes, and that he thinks that it's really important for oneself to be honest about who your true desires are. And I think that he is feeling really proud also of himself, because he somehow has the freedom and the ability, and he feels really comfortable with making decisions for himself that are about achieving great things for his own self-development. So he feels really proud of himself, but at the same time he knows that he comes with these many opportunities in his life because he had a good upbringing somehow, or he had someone that knew how to advise him, or knew how to uh, how to motivate him to follow his own dreams. So I feel that his connection with this female is really strong, and that he somehow is really happy that she is making. At the first he was really shocked, and he didn't like the fact that things were changing. But then when he heard her part of the story, her side of the story, he was like, oh, I'm glad you made that decision. I'm glad. If you weren't happy, you should do it. And he's also like getting in contact with this kind of authenticity, that he is always like this. But like I said, he is, you know, that they are starting a spring season there, so the days are brighter, and it's like the mood suddenly is changing. So he's thinking about resuming after he's done with work, with his own passions, and maybe start a new hobby. He has a lot of ideas and projects that he wants to do. All are about creating new things. All are about the process of creating music, or getting in touch with his creative ideas. I believe that he is really inspired somehow by everything that had happened or is happening in his life. Everything that is changing is somehow opening his perception to write about it, or maybe write a song or do something about it that can somehow he can like make something out of it by talking maybe about his own experience, or maybe somehow producing something on his own. And the other cards is the Five of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So yes, there's a lot of competitiveness. I believe that this has to do with the show, with Kingdom. But actually, this is not about competition with other groups, but I think that there's something that they are not really happy about the lack of resources. Like I said, I don't know why. I know that they have like a budget and they cannot like spend a lot of money, but he feels like they are not being supported enough, or that the company hadn't been delivered. but somehow it's a female. It's someone that is like trying to reduce expenses or something like that. So she's trying to not spend so much money, or maybe she's like giving away, like giving up too soon, and being like, I don't think you're going to win, or I don't think you're going to stay for so long. So it's like she doesn't want to put the money or the effort that it's needed right now more than ever, because they're actually in a really good position. But there's something about this person not being really open-minded and actually not being really visionary. It's like she's really stuck in her ways, and she's really stubborn, and it's really annoying for him. But at the same time, there's something that is bothering him, and is actually about the internet, because you know that Source is all about communication and technology. So I think that this has to do a lot with the fan wars, with the fandom wars. I think he is realizing that maybe the fandom is starting to get involved into this, maybe discussions, or like having these interactions with other fandoms or other people outside the fandom, and they are like being in this combative mode, you know, and like starting to respond aggressively. And he's really upset about it, in the sense that he doesn't want the fans to do that, because he's like, he doesn't want the fans to become that upset. He just thinks it's a waste of energy. He thinks that this is not why they are doing this, that they somehow do not need anyone to defend them, that actually they are really strong, and that they are, everything that they are doing is for the fandom. So they do not care what other people perceptions or opinions are. It's like they had been gone through a lot with the fandom, and only the fandom know the struggles. Actually, this is what he's telling me, that only themselves and the fandom knows everything that they had been going through. So he feels like, if you engage in a discussion with someone that is not, it's not part of the family, like he's saying, it's like it's pointless. It's like you're wasting your energy, and he just does not want the fans to waste time on stupid, like discussions with people that don't understand. He don't want the fans to be upset. He don't want the fans to feel anxious or to feel worried. He does not want that, because he feels like, because this is why the King of Cups is here. He feels like everything that they have been doing is for the fans, and it's like I said, he's an entertainer, he's a performer, they are a performer, and their main motive is to make the fans happy, is to entertain the fans, is to give the fans a moment of happiness and joy, is to give the fans content, music, so they can play, so they can laugh, so they can enjoy together music, so they can get inspired by beautiful feelings of love and acceptance. So when he sees that maybe fans are getting too worried or are getting angry about results, about comments, and he's like, he just wishes that the fans wouldn't engage in those things, because he finds that that is actually taking them away from the experience that they want to give the fans. That he just wants the fans to know that this is a phase, that of course they have fears, they have uncertainties, they had gone through a lot of moments of frustration, but at the same time he's really confident that this is just a phase, and that they, just as a season ends and one enters a new one, just like that they are going to enter a new season, a new stage, a new period of life, where they can all be together, and where they can all enjoy being together. So they don't want the fans to spend their energy in people that are just there to hate and are just there to make malicious comments, because they want the fans to now more than ever, just he wants to see them happy with everything that they are putting out there. That of course they are really ambitious and they are perfectionist, and they feel like there are a few details that they need to work on when it comes to maybe the music, when it comes to new ideas. uh, but it is what it is. They delivered what they could in the position that they are right now, and he feels really proud of everything that they had gained with the group and with the fans. So he does not consider these outsiders or these people that don't know nothing about this family. So it's like he just wants to the fans to know that sometimes getting angry or getting like in this defensive mode, in this aggressive mode, is just a waste of energy, because actually what they want to achieve with the fans is for the fans to have a good experience, to have a good moment while listening to their music, to make them and help them, inspire them to go through these moments that we are all going through, in those moments of uncertainty. But he just wants to make, just like the buffon archetype, he wants to entertain you. He wants you to laugh, he wants you to smile, he wants you to get emotional, to cry. But he just wants you to focus and be selective on what you consume. Don't get caught up into malicious comments, into these people that somehow are always there in the shadows waiting to say something, just to ruin the mood. So I think that for them it's important that the fans are okay, and that they do not worry. They do not worry about them, because they will be okay. So he's really wise for his years. I really admire him. I like his attitude. I like his vibe. I like how mature he is, and I like this brightness of him. I feel like he's really kind at heart, but he's also really serious. I have the feeling, while I was like sensing this situation, that he was really serious about it. Like, he can be funny, he can be quirky, but he has a side of himself that actually is really serious. And he gets really annoyed when other people mess with the fandom. He just doesn't like it. He's really protective of the fandom. So he doesn't like when he sees the fans worried, or when he sees like the fans that like, he appreciates the fans that are worrying about them, but they are like, we can do it. He's like, we can do it. We have everything. We have trained for this. We got this. We will go through this, just like we had always been, just like we had always has go through everything. So I'm going to, guys, leave it here. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing this series with them, because I got connected with their energy, and it was a beautiful experience for me. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it this video a like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.